purpose of the forum is very much for everyone to share learning from their own experience and work together as a group to look at the next steps.
I'm really passionate about it and looking forward to today immensely. So.
I'm here basically to learn from others how they go about communicating, and hopefully I can add something to the discussion.
One of our service users, she had cancer. That was her first illness. And when she had cancer, everybody was really nice to her, very sympathetic. She got lots of the right care. And then as she was recovering from the cancer, which she didn't think she was going to do, she suffered a reactive depression, which is quite common apparently to people who are coming through their illness. And she said as soon as she was admitted to hospital, everything was really horrible to her. It was a sort of snap out, and the contrast between the care she got as a cancer sufferer and the care she got as a mental health sufferer was just really stark. Young people are very accepting of mental health problems, and there's virtually no discrimination with young people at all. They will accept that people have eating disorders or psychosis or depression or whatever it is without any feelings of stigma.
I don't think anyone's really argued it at a national level. We're all still in our silos.
So it's still children's and later life and then the disability, rather than saying that there's a right to information and advice, whoever you are, and it empowers and it,
And reflecting the fact we all have different needs at different times.
There is that interest in intergenerational, but it very much seems to be bringing old and young together, and that's the focus on it, rather than that actually no man is an island and we're all interdependent.
Do we need to be influencing to get that on the agenda to be moving forward, because it's not enough just doing it at ground level, because however much people try, and we've seen this amongst families information services and similar topics like today, there's too big a leap quite often to be made to be able to just do it by ourselves. So perhaps there needs to be that influencing of the key people and the departments and the organisations and bringing them together to understand why information is important. But then it's also doing from bottom up as well, so who else needs to be involved in all of these things we're looking at here around delivery and information sharing. They're very practical things. So what actually can we do? Can we make small differences on the ground to kind of show that that can work?
And what you do need to do is build up these information duties in different areas, which the end game might be they merge together into one. But at the moment there's very few actual legislative information duties, and that's maybe the challenge.
I think we expect at the moment the next generation will demand, because you're not going to get human beings naturally integrating with each other in their groups. It's not going to happen. How much we would love that to happen, it naturally will not happen. So let's take a website for instance. A 16-year-old is not going to jump on a website that actually their grandma uses to get information, advice and guidance. That's not going to happen, because the wording's not right and the pictures certainly are right.
The problem for me about information services, as it were, is that that's essentially reactive. People have to go to them. It's about having a much more organic way of spreading information. In a care home for elderly people, it would be about having a couple of people in there who are champions. They might be staff, they might be residents, who are equipped with knowledge, not all of the knowledge, but some of the knowledge to actually help other people, to help and support other people.
Things that always creeps into my head is, well, why can't I just fund myself? Why can't I just undertake some activity which will generate income, which will generate profit, which will fund First Stop? And I think that's possibly a sustainable model that we need to start looking at.
The funding with measured outcomes makes the case stronger. It's a kind of...
virtuous circle.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, working across teams and departments, there's power in numbers anyway. I mean, that's one of the reasons that we're trying to collaborate is, a small organisation can't get a lot done, but gosh, there's a lot of us all trying to achieve the same outcome, and if, together we can make we can have a stronger voice than, you know, individual organisations.
Yeah, I think you have to do the two-prong approach, bottom up and top down.
Yeah.
And so we filleted all of the strategy documents published in the last 2 years. They all talk about the need for better information and advice. Dementia strategy, end-of-life care strategy, from our perspective, lifetime homes, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Using all of that and putting that together. But I think if we start developing your network and pulling together people who are the physios and everyone else from the bottom up, the good practice, get it going both ways, I believe, if you can.